There was someone who genuinely believed their cat didn't love them. They weren't careless or neglectful. In fact, they were doing everything they thought a good pet owner should do. They fed their cat on time, bought toys, cleaned the space, and tried to spend time with it every day. From the outside, everything looked right. But something still felt off. The cat didn't come when called, didn't follow them around, and didn't show affection the way they expected. Sometimes it would just sit at a distance and quietly observe, and other times it would walk away completely. Over time, a quiet thought started to grow in their mind. Maybe cats just don't love the way humans think they do. Maybe some cats don't love at all. That belief stayed with them until one small shift changed everything. They didn't buy new things, didn't force more interaction, didn't try harder in the usual way. They simply began to observe. Instead of asking why their cat didn't love them, they asked what love actually looks like from a cat's perspective. And within a week, something subtle but powerful began to happen. The cat started coming closer, sitting nearby, staying longer. One night, it even climbed onto the bed and lay down quietly next to them. That moment felt different, not because it was dramatic, but because it was chosen. The cat hadn't changed, their understanding had. The first thing you need to understand is that cats do not express love in loud or obvious ways. Humans tend to associate love with excitement, attention, and constant interaction. We expect affection to be visible and immediate. But for cats, love is not about excitement. It is about safety. A cat does not think in terms of liking or disliking someone in the same way humans do. Instead, it constantly evaluates whether it feels safe enough to relax. In the wild, a cat that lets its guard down at the wrong time may not survive. So this instinct never truly disappears, even in a home environment. When a cat begins to relax around you, that is not a small detail. That is trust. And trust, in a cat's world, is the foundation of everything that looks like love. This is why something as simple as your voice matters more than most people realize. When you speak to your cat, your tone often becomes softer and slower without you noticing. This isn't random. Cats do not understand your words, but they are highly sensitive to tone and energy. A calm and gentle voice signals safety. It tells your cat that there is no threat. Over time, this creates a predictable and secure environment. On the other hand, sudden movements, loud voices, or inconsistent behavior can make your cat feel uncertain. Even if your intentions are positive, your cat responds to how it feels, not what you mean. When you become calm and predictable, your cat begins to associate you with stability. And once that happens, the first layer of trust begins to form. The second part of building that connection lies in something even more subtle, which is eye contact. For humans, eye contact is a normal part of communication. But in the animal world, it can have a very different meaning. A direct stare can feel like a challenge or a sign of tension. Cats instinctively understand this, which is why their eye behavior is so important. If a cat looks at you with a stiff posture and wide pupils, it is alert and aware. But if it looks at you softly and slowly closes its eyes, that is a completely different signal. That is trust. That is a moment where your cat is saying it feels safe enough to stop watching you closely. And what makes this even more powerful is that you can respond in the same way. When you look at your cat gently, blink slowly, and then look away, you are speaking its language. This small interaction may seem insignificant, but repeated over time, it builds something meaningful. Your cat begins to understand that you are not a threat. It starts to stay closer, approach more often, and feel more comfortable in your presence. These moments do not happen suddenly. They build slowly, but when they do, they change the entire dynamic of your relationship. The third part, and one of the most commonly misunderstood, is physical contact. Humans naturally express affection through touch. When we care about something, we reach out. But for cats, touch is not the first step. For them, everything begins with scent. When you reach toward a cat too quickly, even with good intentions, you are skipping a crucial part of their communication process. Instead of immediately petting your cat, try offering a single finger and waiting. This may feel strange at first, but it changes everything. If your cat is comfortable, it will approach on its own. It will sniff your hand and may gently rub against it. That moment is not random. It is permission. You are not taking space from your cat. Your cat is giving it to you. And that distinction matters more than most people realize. When you respect that boundary, you show your cat that you are not forcing interaction. You become someone who listens, even without words. Over time, this builds a level of trust that forced contact never can. Your cat begins to feel safe not just around you, but with you. And that difference is what turns simple coexistence into a real connection. The fourth part is play, but not in the way most people think about it. Many people treat play as a simple activity to keep their cat entertained. But for a cat, play is not just fun. It is an expression of instinct. It is hunting. In the wild, a cat's life depends on its ability to stalk, chase, and capture prey. That sequence is deeply wired into its behavior. When you move a toy randomly, your cat may lose interest quickly because it does not feel natural. But when you move the toy in a way that mimics real prey, something changes. When you hide it, pause it, and then suddenly make it move again, your cat becomes focused. Its body lowers, its eyes lock in, and its movements become precise. And then, in a split second, it pounces. That moment is not just play. That is your cat being fully engaged with its instincts. And when you are the one creating that experience, your cat begins to associate you with something deeper than routine. You are not just the one who provides food. You become part of its world. You become the source of an experience that fulfills something natural and essential within it. And that is when the bond starts to grow stronger in a way that cannot be forced. The fifth and final part is something that feels almost too simple to matter, yet it is often the most powerful of all. It is your presence. Not your actions, not your voice, not your touch. Just your presence. Sitting near your cat without calling it, without reaching out, without trying to engage, may seem like nothing is happening. But in a cat's world, this is a form of communication. You are sharing space without pressure. You are showing that your presence does not come with demands. At first, your cat may keep its distance. It may stay across the room or observe from afar. But over time, something begins to shift. The distance slowly becomes smaller. Your cat sits closer, then closer again. Eventually, it may lie down near you, and one day, it may choose to stay right beside you. A cat's love is not loud. It does not demand attention or announce itself in obvious ways. But it is real, and it is deep. It takes time to build, and it requires understanding. When you begin to see the world from your cat's perspective, everything changes. You realize that your cat was never distant or cold. It was simply communicating in a language you had not yet learned. And once you understand that language, you stop asking whether your cat loves you, because you no longer need to question it. You begin to feel it in the quiet moments, in the stillness, in the small choices your cat makes every day. And those moments, the ones that once seemed insignificant, become the clearest signs of a connection that is real and lasting.